Good day, lords and ladies of the internet. I am your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I welcome you back to Bobby Simulator, otherwise known as the Mafia Simulator, otherwise known as this is the absolutely corrupted to all hell police. And in this episode, we've apparently got something we need to deal with. If I remember rightly, a serial killer of all things. So let's take a look around all this. The Mafia, your share. I think we can share that with the staff, it's not much. Right. Who are we gonna take? Obviously, we gotta send Floridor and Pursley to go arrest Rob Lawrence. Off you go! Serial murder. 21-year-old Alison Bell, City Hall intern, was brutally murdered at her apartment. You have to send 2 officers. Okay. Let's send Ames and Mole, then, considering it has to be detectives for some reason. Assault, residential area. An obese man found himself stuck in an elevator, but when the people attempted to help him out, he lashed out and began to strangle one of them. This is the 3rd time I'm late for work, and it's all because of this pecking elevator. Purdy and Asano, and I suppose Young, off you go. Report. Double serial murder. Okay. Detective Aves fell into a violent trap set by the dentist and was declared nope. Hazardous work. Mole. Mr. Boyd, after the needless death of Detective Ames, the guys had a quick word and we decided we can't keep going on assignments like this without SWAT support. What's this? Hello, Jack. I suspect you don't like the dentist nickname any more than I do. But let's just say that's who I am, and get down to business. Take a good look at the postcard I sent you. It points to a place where I hid something. Follow the clues, keep on the trail. Let's just say there's a reason I'm giving you a chance to catch me. But don't dare share this clue with the feds, or the trail will go cold, I promise you. And hurry, if don't figure out the right place in the next 24 hours, I'll destroy all evidence and walk away. Huh. Okay. Chief, you've gotten yourself into a dangerous game and you can't win without evidence on the dentist. You hold in your hand a key to what happened to the victims. Look closely at the image on the card. It will help you figure out where the evidence is hidden. Send your detectives, but don't go around blindly guessing. I doubt you have the resources to find all the places. Alright. I mean, either way, I'm resetting this crap right this instant. Serial murder. The dentist may have hidden evidence about Alison Bell. Double olive, Holy House pizza, Papa Carl's pizza, slice pizza. How the hell have I meant to be able to get anything from that? Alright then, so let's send Armstrong and Jackson this time if someone's going to die, and I guess hopefully it'll be Jackson, because I don't give a damn about that man. Detective Armstrong fell into the nope, gotta be the other guy. Jack is a big boy. He's able to catch the dentist on his own. Do you really doubt his abilities? Yes. I love how it's literally giving you the option of, are you sure you want to hand over this case to the feds? Detective Armstrong fell into a trap. Oh, great. Is it guaranteed to be the person with the most qualification, or is it literally random? Excellent! It is pure random. Detective Jackson, Mr. I don't give a damn about him, is declared dead. Okay. Look closely at the image on the card. It will help you figure out where the evidence is hidden. Glorious. That's been solved. All that done. Cool. Now, if you don't mind my asking, how is this meant to help me? It looks like angels flying something or other, so... What are the 4 locations? Holy House Pizza. Oh, okay, if it's that obvious, let's go. An elderly convergence reports that he saw an angry girl through the window attacking someone's car with a baseball bat, yelling, "Get out, you painted wretch. Come on, I know you can hear me. I will kill you myself." That sounds very bad. Let's have someone go off and deal with that. Derek Allen. Serial Miller, you've discovered the evidence left by the dentist. Okay, so that indicates that it's that one, right? What else is going to happen? Mr. Boyd, my attempts to raise the ratings of Justice for All failed, but I was let go. But I'm ready to launch a new TV project, this time about the harsh everyday life of ordinary police officers. For the pilot episode, I need 2 cops who we can ride around with for several hours. We'll go around the city in a police car and record various real-life stories. Your officers will be rewarded $300, and you'll get a more impressive boat. But that doesn't sound too bad. Deputy, a rat among us. Jack, Officer Persley somehow learned about the postcard from the dentist, and he's up in arms that you have been suppressing evidence. Persley! Persley is! He demanded that I take action immediately, or he's taking this directly to the prosecutor's office. I convinced him to sit on it for a couple of days, but we have to do something fast. That sounds like I need to murder him. Persley is upset that I'm doing something. Persley, the man who didn't even want to be here half the time, and half the time comes to work drunk, and all that. Oh my god, there is so much RNG involved in this day-to-day that I'm going to have to reset so many times. The only reason I'm not resetting right now is because I want to see the reward of what happens from this. Chief, thank you for the wonderful help. I think it'll make a great TV series. In fact, we ran out of true stories and had to improvise a little. I think someone blurted out something not very nice about the police and about you personally. But don't take it too hard. I'll take that for 10 grand. So, that sounds like I have to use the Vargas to kill someone. And because, whatchamacallit, the police won't go without someone else, that means I gotta murder 2 people. God damn it. Well, at least today is the labor market in which new people get, ooh, you look nice, Tim Luckett. So what I want is one of the 3 snitches to be Hyang, Spain, or Asano. From the sounds of it. Oh god, game. Can we appreciate the puns this game can sometimes come up with? I mean, we've got just in case. There's nothing more to be said about that. Just in case. Mark Fishbach. They added Markiplier into this game as a goddamn policeman. Seriously. This has to be on a day where we get all the new police officers and everything as well, isn't it? My god, I really want to recruit Markiplier. Come on. Come on, kill Jackson. Kill Jackson. God damn it! Oh. Oh, perfect. Oh, absolutely perfect. Jackson died. Xiang is the traitor. Ooh, this is just marvelous. You 2 can go do that. Meanwhile, I need to investigate into someone else. Let's just investigate into you. And we'll sell Mole and Glasgow. Excellent. Right, affairs, Vargas. I would like to lay a trap, Mr. Varga. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Right, I know it's for tomorrow then. Wait, do I have anyone I want to kill tomorrow? Who I'd rather kill tomorrow rather than today? Not really. Smith is better, after all. Right, what do we have here? Fraud. A bank employee reports a suspicious man came into the bank. He's obviously trying to cash a forged check. The cashier also says the man is hiding something under his jacket. Right. What about over here? Theft. Michael Gibson was only away from his vegetable shop for 2 minutes, and someone managed to steal a big cart filled with watermelons. I brought that hauler a month ago. Bright orange, easy to spot. The thing weighs almost 500 pounds. They can't have gotten far. Right. Purdy, Koichi, McCoy. Off you go. Floridor and Percy and Little, off you go. Sounds good with me. So, Hyung, I know I've had my issues with you before in the past. Are you really prepared that you're going to, you know, rat me out to the FBI? Across the market, there's an elderly couple rolling a big blue cart filled with fruit that look like watermelons. Hit the man with a nightclub and twist the old woman's arms behind her back and throw her to the ground. Continue to search for the criminals. Around the farmer's market, there are 3 carts. One of them is orange, filled with watermelons. 3 women are carrying something over to a small truck. Wait until someone goes to the orange cart. Glorious. Well done. Oh, the fraud. The suspect is sitting in a chair, obviously very nervous. He grows very agitated when he sees the police and starts banging the floor with his footstep. Watch the suspect. The man suddenly jumps and grabs the woman standing next to him, pulling a large knife to her throat. He knows that the police are him. Let go of the woman and get out of here. We're not here for you. My friend, we're gonna find you. My friend, you're gonna find yourself in a body bag. You better release that hostage quick. I know it's not your fault. Let's just go down to the station and talk about this. Yeah. Talking. Trespassing farm. Bill Buckler's said that no less than 20 cultists have taken up residence on his farm. They claim that the house and the surrounding cartilage belong to them. The Lord has given unto us this land for our suffering. According to Buckler's unwanted guests, some of the cultists are armed. Well, I guess I should send a bunch of people then. No doubt this is going to be a false alarm. Ruining my so far perfect day. Trespassing. Well done. Well done. By the way, Robert Sharrow. You don't actually look too bad a detective. Just not the best kind of detective. And it's only when a detective's actually the one in charge that they actually, you know, level up relatively quickly. Is the day over? Is this everything? Let's just take a look at the labor market. Yeah, thought as much. Not very professional at all, the people there available. Well... Jackson, I'm gonna delay your paperwork. I don't know if that's permanent now. Let's order Hyang to work tomorrow. And... why are you two extra tired?
So I went downstairs figuring I'd find some mercenary or an escaped serial killer or some other lowlife I'd put away, right?
Alright.
But when I hit the lights, I saw a young kid. Couldn't have been 20. Skinny, dirty. Didn't even have a real weapon, just a rusty shiv. He just stood there. Didn't say anything. My whole career, I've been staring down the most dangerous people in the country. And the only one to get into my house and scare my family to death was just some kid about to crap his pants. And I pointed my gun at him, and he just stood there with his mouth open.
Bad luck for him.
He was pretty lucky to still be alive. And you know what? It was you that saved him.
Really?
I think you have me confused with somebody else, Ethan.
No. Listen. All these years, me and Marla joked about how dangerous my job is. We figured that sooner or later someone would sneak into our house and cut us to pieces, yeah? Pretty dark jokes, but innocent enough. And Marla asks me not to jump into gunfights when she kisses me on the cheek before I leave for work.
That's a very fair request.
Figured that if we joke about stuff like that, then it'll never actually happen. But, while I trained my gun at the kid's nose, I finally realized someone really can get into our house. Someone really can cut us to pieces.
Huh.
Now that it finally happened, I can't make any more jokes like that. Marla won't laugh anymore. She'll burst into tears and stay in bed all day crying, hating me more and more every second. So I figured the only way out of the situation was to show her that if someone really does dare to break into our house, he's guaranteed to get a bullet in the face. He'll die right there on the living room carpet.
God, Ethan, didn't know you were so bloodthirsty.
I'm telling you, Jack, I was serious about shooting this kid right there where he stood. I was about to pull the trigger. But then I remembered you.
How?
I remembered 1,000 years ago, we went to the lake and had some beers after an ethics lecture at the academy. I was all angry with that professor, Laszlo, yeah. Remember what he always told us? Being a good policeman is very simple. You just need to keep doing the right thing. I hated those pretentious speeches.
But
I cussed Laszlo up and down and said, if you always do what's right, you've turned yourself into a robot. And you just sat there, drunk eyes staring into the distance. And you were all calm and said, no, Ethan, it's the other way around. To do the right thing takes everything you got as a human.
I said that. Oh, what an idiot I was.
Come on, Jack, it's not funny. When things get bad, it's those moments you gotta be hopeful and stay human. And I
love how we finally turned.
I stayed human. And then I slapped the cuffs on the kid in one quick move, just like Bobby Flash.
Bobby Flash?
What? You don't remember Evening Freeburg, the old news column? Stories about the cop hero Bobby Flash? Yeah, I heard they even published a book a few years ago.
Oh, that Bobby Flash.
Yeah, that Bobby Flash. How can you not remember Bobby Flash? We all argued at junior high about which one of us would be Bobby Flash when he grows up. Oh, I'm no Bobby Flash. A hero cop would never think about shooting a terrified teenager.
But certainly not Jack anymore.
But wait a minute. If I'm not Bobby Flash, then maybe you are.
Yeah, maybe so.
Huh. Definitely not. You are definitely not this Bobby Flash person. City Hall found intern dead in apartment. 21-year-old Alison Bell, victim of brutal murder. Freeburg housing construction affordable. Alright, what do we got here? Don't count your chickens before they hatch. I feel I need to buy a snitch to tell me what the policemen think of me. Right. Hyung and Smith. They gotta die. I don't want to kill Smith, but Hyung won't go by himself, which is sad. And I'm certainly not killing Odin. Change detectives, what? As Freeburg police failed to detect the appearance of a famous serial killer in the city, it has become clear that your detectives simply are not up for the challenge. You have 7 days to fully update your detective roster. Find some young, smart young faces and those other a-holes working for you. Keep them as far away from the police station as possible. Yeah, that's not happening. TV project. Jack, we hear your employees got on camera and said all sorts of rubbish to discredit you and the Freeburg police. We had to put pressure on the TV to close down the show. From now on, keep your chatty monkeys over. I want them gone by tomorrow. No. I can't legally fire them, can I? No. Nah, screw you, City Hall. Drug sales, Chinatown. An old man complained that a suspicious guy was lurking around his apartment building. He doesn't live here. I know the faces of my neighbors. This guy's selling drugs. Can't hurt to work to do it. Beard, diction, Bayesian. Off you go. Crime trap. Sawmill neighborhood. Ah, something suspicious is going on. At least it actually tells us. Young. Okay. God damn it. Well, at least it's too, like... I've had this guy for a while, and the fact he's not, like, over 100, he's that low still, it kind of says something. The guy didn't have any drugs, he was only waiting for his girlfriend, who hadn't answered his calls since they quarreled. I mean, that's fair. Oh no, they got killed. Officer's dead. I'm a bad guy now. None of us are going to deny that. I am the bad guy. Assault with a deadly weapon. A man attacked a sales girl at the flower shop when she refused to give him a bouquet of roses on credit. Eyewitnesses report that the man struck the poor girl with a pistol and started to choke her with some packing tape. All the while, he kept yelling, "I just want to be treated like a human." Then you should probably treat other people like a human. And not strangle them. There's not really anyone good to hire at the moment. So it's a case of, I might as well keep these people, you know, in the paperwork. I don't think there's any recompense for it. Christopher G. Sands Ice Arena. An armed man wearing what looks like an explosive vest is standing next to an attraction at the ice arena, demanding that the dangerous stuff be dismantled and removed right away. Park visitors and the children are trapped on the Ferris wheel, and the vendor is refusing to let them leave. Okay. That sounds pretty bad. Let's send... You know what? I can send the SWAT. I have enough people. No doubt we're about to have like 3 calls at once, aren't we?
710.
Hostage situation. Okay, cool. How have I not discovered anything else involving this then? Am I doing something wrong? I thought I'd get like a message a day or something.
712 in progress.
Abduction, suburb. That's a lot of people. Philip Sandoz said that his former business partner, together with 3 armed accomplices, broke into his house and demanded money. Sandoz couldn't pay. He keeps all of his cash in the bank. All of his cash is in the bank. So they kidnapped the man's wife and their infant and took them to an abandoned house in the outskirts of the suburbs. They ordered him to return with the money within 3 hours. His name is Rafael Susala. We created the company 3 years ago. Business was lousy, so he blackmailed me after the first year and forced me to buy him out for a huge sum of money. Now he's found out the business turned around and he wants even more. So he's a bad businessman.
410 in progress.
Homicide. A motel manager saw some kids dragging a limp body from one of the rooms. Now they're tearing apart the room, obviously looking for something. You know what? That feels more like a bunch of drunk kids more than anything, so... Bastion and Somali, off you go. As for this, let's send in some actual proper, decent people, including Beard! God, I love that man! Drug possession. Detective Beasley. Okay, this could now be completed. Drugs are brought into the orphanage once a week in a bright-coloured van. A made-up clown, makeup clown sits behind the wheel. Okay. The gates of the orphanage fence are normally closed. They open right up when the van arrives. Right. The clown and some other workers carry in boxes of clothes, food, toys, and books. Illegal drugs are hidden underneath. The teenage boys are forced to package drugs under the clown's supervision. Packaged drugs ready for street sales are stored in backpacks in the basement. Right. So, is it... like that? Perfect. Oh, great. David Vanners loves his mother and visits her regularly. David Vanners likes to enjoy relaxing up with around... No, I imagine it's the mother. There's people shining flashlights inside the room and voices of the perpetrators are raised. Motel. Oh! This is the police. Come out with your hands up. The criminals are confused. One has a knife and the rest just have flashlights. There is a body on the floor covered in stab wounds. We have you surrounded. Drop everything and reach for the sky. I didn't expect that to be real. Alright, Vandal, Mike, Mitchell. Off you go. A man with a gun in his hand is smoking on the porch of the abandoned house. Go around the house to the back door. The music inside the house is pumping loudly. 3 armed men are sitting at the table playing cards. In the corner, there's a frightened woman and a child. Pull the cord on the music player and order the men to give up their weapons.
712 complete.
Booyah! Please let that be the right location. I don't want to force Beasley to come in for another day. Although, if he does, I do upgrade personally, so... God damn it! Delay the paperwork. And you know what? I'll also delay the paperwork. No point letting them know otherwise. Beasley, I am so sorry you've got to come into work tomorrow. Ooh, another cutscene. What's going on, Jack? Are you feeling guilty about everything that's happening?
Boyd here, and I hope you have a hell of a good reason for calling me in the middle of the night.
I'm sorry, Mr. Boyd. I'll call you back later.
No, wait. You're the girl from the prosecutor's office. Lana, right?
Yes, exactly. Oh, I'm so embarrassed, Mr. Boyd. The first thing Mrs. Broom told me about you is that you almost never sleep. I don't sleep too much either, so I thought I'd call you and apologize for last time.
But it wasn't the last time, was it?
Well, I've been going over our conversation in my mind, and I realized how stupid I sounded. You're the chief of police, and there's a strange girl calling you, saying she'll be the next city prosecutor, just to share the news, I guess. I must have sounded crazy.
Not so crazy as you imagine, Lana. When I learned I was going to be police chief, my parents were already dead, and my only friend was working 1,000 miles away from Freeburg. Wife and kids were relaxing on a distant island in the middle of the ocean. Took me 6 hours to get a hold of them. But I had to share the news with someone, or I would have gone mad. All the more because I was surrounded by 6 cops who figured they were ahead of me for the job. I figured you were feeling about the same.
It's like you're reading my mind. Now I'm like an outcast here. Most of them still think that Mrs. Broom was joking or trying to show her deputies that she's in charge of appointing her successor. But I know it's no joke.
For some reason, I didn't doubt it, Lana.
That's probably why I'm calling you. I know it's selfish. I'm sure your wife isn't too keen on girls calling you at night.
My wife and I, well, we're not living together. Maybe I'm the loneliest man in town, and that's why you called, to talk to someone even lonelier than you, huh?
Aww. Silence.
Lana?
That.
You know, Mr. Boyd, maybe I'm an idiot, but until this moment, I didn't realize how lonely I am.
Well, you're in luck, because now you can call me anytime. But if you do, you'll have to call me Jack.
Jack? It'll take more than one phone call to get used to that.
Well, we're not in a hurry, are we?
True.
Well, good friends. 44% of Freeburg believes homosexuality contagious. Bloody idiots. Boutique sale invites stampede. Authentic uniform of German General Karl Wolf discovered in city dump. Why so? Can I declare you dead? No. No, I can't. I feel I should declare you dead, just because it's better that I do. I can at least wait until my next paycheck. Income from the grave. Yeah, that works for me. Man, they make bloody coppers. Alright, Pursley, Floridor, off you go. Salary. You do disappoint. Murder. 25-year-old Pamela Cox, a stripper from the Club Twister, was brutally murdered in her home. I see. I'd better make sure I go and, you know, deal with that. Jack, one of our kids climbed onto the roof and he's talking about suicide. We need to calm him down and, at the same time, keep a lid on the situation. I swear, if it wasn't for the fact they're criminals, the Vargas aren't too bad a people. I mean, look at them, they're trying to prevent a suicide. Mostly just because they don't want to lose the human resource, but they're preventing a suicide. Well done, guys. Well done. Now I could investigate you. Andres Varga. Ooh. You have to be related to Vicus. Okay. Jack, I'm so glad you've lived up to my expectations and accepted the rules of the game. So far the feds are chasing their own tails, but you're following the trails of coins I've left for you. Feel how they're still warm to the touch? You're getting close. Sorry about your detective. I was just so excited to try out my new trap, but I swear it'll never happen again. Okay. So here we have a picture of a person pouring out money and food for donkeys. A donkey, a lamb, a pig, a thing. Right.
910B in progress.
A group of teenagers cleaned out a video rental cash register while the owner, Bruno Boyce, was occupied in the back room. A store employee recognized one of the robbers, a regular at the arcade. Well, Purdy and Asano... Nah, not Asano. Spain, off you go. Serial murder, Fortune Bank. The dentist may have hidden evidence here about the murder of Pamela Cox. Serial murder. Veterans House. Livewire store. Beat Busters Dance Studio. Hell on Wheels car dealership. Which of these would this relate to? It feels more like to me that's a place of the bank. You know? I just realized I'm not gonna have any SWAT today. God damn it.
Officer on
A
scene.
teenager
Looks
fitting
like
the
we have a
description of the
situation.
offender is playing alone at the confirm with the manager it's the right suspect. You gotta confirm with it.
In progress.
Armed robbery, Riverbank. The silent alarm just tripped at Riverbank Central Branch. It appears that 4 to 6 armed robbers have stormed the bank and locked themselves inside. There are at least 15 visitors inside, along with bank employees. Well, we gotta make sure we fix that problem. You found the evidence hidden by the detective. The hell is that meant to mean? Wait, that looks like a police car, so does that mean it's the baton? Alright. Fight! 15 hooligans burst into a cafe, broke the furniture into splinters, wounded the manager, and badly beat another young man. A man armed with a gun was at the scene, and he fired a warning shot, but the hooligans only laughed and continued their rampage, destroying everything in the area. Well, we clearly gotta send a load of people. Armed robbery. Offenders caught. Glorious. You know what? I should organize a barbecue. For Floridor, Pursley, and... I would say Beasley, but he's tomorrow. Yancey. And then I need to hire a snitch. Percy! I like you, Percy.
311A complete.
Well done, my policemen. And women. Policemen and policewomen.
Progress.
Terror threat. The police intercepted a radio signal similar to the kind used by terrorist cells. They appeared to be preparing a terrorist attack on Freeburg. The radio could only catch short snatches of dialogue. It sounds like 2 cells, codenamed Green Snake and Jupiter, are going to use something they're calling the Prophet's Hammer to make a giant explosion. Well, that sounds very, very bad. Let's go. You know what? I'm 20% of the way till 500,000. There weren't any terrorists in the abandoned apartment. There's no sign of imminent attack. The signal was transmitted by a toy radio. God damn it. Now they're not going to be able to do the next job, are they? Oh, maybe they are. Is there another job? Drug sales, ghetto. The owner of a small grocery reports that teenage drug pushers are always hanging around the corner outside his shop. I'm tired of calling this in. You cops never do anything. The disappointed man then hung up. Let's send Little, Asano, and Spain. Why them? Because we're about to have these. Right. This has 4 frames, and I've got 3 available to me. I've got these 3 colors, meaning they're the likely cases. Miss Ayers. I was about to go home when this building suddenly lost power, and it got really quiet. Then I heard a muffled noise, like a little clap, from just down the street. The building had about 10 employees. I didn't notice the smoke at first, and when I saw the fire, I began to yell, but it was too late. Some of the people just didn't make it out. Sylvia James, doctor. At the time of the tragedy, I should have already been home. I was just leaving and I ran into Roland Sherman on the street. He's the ex-husband of one of our patients, who decided not to have her child after she consulted with the Freeburg Birth Control Union. After that, Mr. Sherman openly quarreled with his wife. I understand he beat her and later they divorced. Since then, he's come to our offices several times, and on the evening of the fire, he was standing across the road wearing a large backpack. Ah. He made a point of walking past me, and he muttered something in the spirit of burning hell. I thought how close I already was to hell, if people could wear such ugly red sweaters. I think that's all I need to hear. He was that, it's that. He lit that on fire, he threw it in. There we go. Job done. Oh my god, there's 2 options. What about the drug trafficking? Head. Frederica Alatzia personally oversees every incoming delivery at the port. She doesn't go anywhere without 2 bodyguards. Cargo delivery. A large cargo ship arrives from Colombia every 2 weeks. It carries a lot of interesting things, including boxes of drugs. Payment delivery. Frederica Alatzia boards the ship and pays the captain for his services. Right. The urns filled with drugs are locked in a large yellow container. It gets unloaded first. The urns are packed in boxes and shipped to the truck at the funeral home. One of Frederica Lazia's guards escorts the truck driver to the place. I'm surprised I got that in the correct order first time. Frederica Lazia has a meeting scheduled with the head of the Port Workers Union. Has an upcoming hair salon appointment. Alright, what about these? The house in which Mr. Sherman lived with his wife after their divorce. The property went to his wife. Motel. I imagine you live in the motel, so off you go. As for this, I suspect the hair salon. Purdy, Yancey, off you go. Let's see if I get either of them right. Drug sales. Well done, you lot. We can ask the Mafia to sell cocaine. I guess. Arson. Well done! I know what the things I'm doing! Glorious! As for the other one? Bloody hell. I guess I should order Mole to work tomorrow then. So we can complete that little assignment.
Boyd.
Jack, I just watched a recording of your last press conference.
Ooh.
What's going on with your outfit? You got a problem with your clothes? You should have called me. we could have found you a suit in no time. We could make you the most beautiful 60-year-old cop in the world.
I mean,
don't
I
have
like
time
the
for
offer.
this, Varga.
I know. It just makes me sad to see such a solid fellow dressing up like a teenager. And the new hairstyle. What's with that?
I love how you're just
You
in
want
your
to hide your
underwear
bald head, you
barbecuing
should buy a hat.
marshmallows.
And if you pick out something that is...
Mr. Varga, I am very tired, so if you don't...
Yes, Jack, listen, I'm sorry. I'm calling you about another matter. Me and the boys have got to thinking. Why is it you want $500,000?
Who told you about that?
Come on, Jack, the whole town is talking about it.
Really?
Well, I owe someone $500,000. A big boss. He left the city long before you got here. Sometimes sends his thugs to remind me. I want to pay him off so I can retire quietly.
Really?
That's it?
That's it.
How boring and old you are, Jack. Okay, I won't bother you anymore. Now, don't forget your sleeping pills.
What does he know about the pills? I suppose if we throw out that many, I mean, it's pretty obvious. He just has to rummage through our rubbish. Rumor. Mayor's favorite stripper found dead in his home. Oh. 25-year-old Pamela Cox, latest victim of brutal murder. A giraffe is coming to the zoo. Huh. Alright. Good morning. Why is there a press conference? Mr. Boyd, what's the reason you've called this press conference today? And I don't know. Why have we done this? I haven't been informed about this. An important announcement. It is my duty to warn the people of Freeburg that there's a new predator wandering our streets. One who preys on young girls. Our sources tell us that 2 murders have already happened in the city and a maniac named the Dentist is the killer. Why have you been so slow to warn the public? I really don't know what's gonna make it. I have to... Do I take responsibility, or do I just blame the feds, as it is technically their fault? The Dentist is part of a federal investigation, and I have no choice but to cooperate with the clever boys in the dark suits. The Dentist is only one man. Can't the Freeburg Police Department handle one crazy loner? Yes, we are powerless. Nonsense. Nonsense. It's not so simple. What do you mean, nonsense? I'm gonna go with nonsense. We are willing to work around the clock to catch this bastard. Do you believe it's specifically girls who are in danger? Caution can't hurt. I would advise girls not to wear provocative clothing and not overdo it with the makeup. Do you have any information about the identity of the killer? We have a composite sketch. Hard to say. Hard to say. The Dentist could be anyone. Over the years, the feds have had dozens of theories and no real clues. Thank you. I have no idea what just happened. More cutbacks on city road repair. Feds seeking the Dentist in Freeburg. The mayor's office arranging grand fireworks in honor of city. Ah, apparently the police station loved me. Thanks, Persley.
Oh yeah, the work is definitely piling on. Truth is, if I didn't have Palmer helping me catch this psycho, I don't know what I'd do.
What's going on?
Yeah.
You know, when he got here,
And the stuff the newspapers are saying, is it true?
Which bits?
What are the newspapers saying?
The girl who was killed. She filed a sexual harassment complaint against the mayor? What about the other victims? Were they harassed by the mayor too?
Well, it's hard to say.
Is it true?
So far, the mayor's the only thing we have connecting the victims, but only one of them filed a complaint against him, and she withdrew it a few days later.
Huh.
Someone must have pressured her, but it's hard to say anything for sure.
But is it true? Do you think it's true?
Well,
Probably.
let's just say it seems like it might be. What's the matter?
The mayor raped me.
What?
Can you repeat that?
The mayor of Freeburg, Stuart Rogers, he raped me. You heard me right.
When did this happen?
4.5 years ago when I was just out of college.
Oh.
They gave a reception for us at City Hall. Rogers gave a speech, and there were a few other speakers, then dinner.
Okay.
I drank the champagne, it was hot out, the music was loud. I was feeling dizzy, so I went to take a breath in a quiet corner. I found a conference room, then a few minutes later the mayor came in with his guard. Rogers whispered something to the guard, and the guard left. I didn't have time to figure out what was going on. Rogers just walked up to me, grabbed me by the throat and squeezed, and then he began to rape me. This went
Wow.
on. It lasted about 10 minutes.
Look, Lana, it would be very difficult to prove anything at this point, but
You wouldn't have to prove anything. I have a videotape.
a video?
A
Wow,
recording
that's...
from a surveillance camera. A cassette. The raping mayor, sitting in my closet next to Kramer versus Kramer.
Huh.
But how?
6 months after it happened, someone slipped the cassette under my door. This was the same time the city administrator, Mary Simmons, was dismissed. Quite a scandal, if you recall. I think that must have to do with it.
Huh.
Lana, don't worry about a thing. We'll use this tape and ambush the bastard.
No, we're not going to do that.
Okay.
Lana, listen to me. You need
It's
to...
been 4 years. Don't you think I've had time to think things through? I already decided I'm not pressing charges.
Lana, whatever you've been thinking, I promise you, it would be better if
No, it wouldn't be better.
Huh.
For the past few years, I've worked hard so that people would take me seriously, so they'd respect me as a professional. If I step forward now, I ruin all my efforts, my whole future, and I'll destroy my one chance to make this city better. I'll be a sympathy case, I'll be humiliated, and then I'll be attacked. And the one thing I won't ever get again is respect.
That's
Lana, you're
fair.
talking about covering up a crime.
I'm doing it because I know it's the right thing to do.
Then you're a fool.
Oh my God, I made a mistake. Just forget everything I said.
Lana, Lana, shit.
Well, that's extreme.
Shit!
That's extremely extreme. Persley didn't come into work today. Bastard! Well, you actually, you know what? After that, I think that's a good place to leave today's episode, everyone. So, it looks like, well, what can I say other than thank you all for joining me today. I have been your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I hope to see you all again next time. But I'm afraid that until then, it is time for me to bid thee all farewell, good day, and finally, good night.